The capital of California, Sacramento is known as City of Trees. There are more trees per person there than anywhere else in the world. It's a great place to start exploring Northern California and having fun with a wide range of activities. It's well known for both its rich history and wonderful architecture. It's always warm there. Let's explore the top 10 best places to visit in Sacramento. Starting the list with Fairytale Town, it's located in William Land Park in the city. It opened in 1959. This park is run by volunteers and is meant to help kids use their imaginations, be creative, and learn. It has three-dimensional play sets based on well-known fairy tales and baby rhymes, a collection of rare and small breed animals, and interactive learning gardens. It's open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. from March to October. It's open Thursday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. from November to February. Entrance is $4.75 to $5.75 weekends. Next, we are heading to McKinley Park. This park is a peaceful place for people to relax. It's famous for its lovely rose garden, large playground, and sports areas. It was first named East Park in 1871 and has since become one of the city's most famous spots. This park has a walking path, 8 lit tennis courts, a pond, and a playground for kids. You can take a slow walk around the lake or just enjoy the beautiful scenery. It's also open 24 hours a day and free to enter. Up next, we have Leland Stanford Mansion State Historic Park. Located in downtown, this house is a beautiful example of the wealth and style of California in the Victorian era. It was later bought by Leland Stanford, who was a famous figure in California history. It was built between 1856 and 1857 as a two-story house for businessman Shelton Fogus. Its 17-foot ceilings, golden mirrors, and finely carved walls inside the 19,000-square-foot house will amaze you. Every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can take free tours of the house. Next, we are at the California Automobile Museum. It's the center of Ford's Museum of Cars. The Ford Motor Company gave money to start the museum in 1986, and it opened to the public on May 1, 1987. It had almost every Ford model ever made from Edward Tau's personal collection. The museum now has more than 150 race, muscle, and old cars from the late 1800s. The main goal of this museum is to protect, show, and teach people about how cars have changed our lives. It's interesting to see how cars have changed over time. Our next destination is Sutter's Fort State Historic Park, the ancestral home of the Nizhnan people. During the years 1839 to 49, it was the center of commerce for the first stable European colonial settlement in California's Central Valley. Working together against their will, Nizhnan Indians and Hawaiians were forced to build the fort under the direction of John Sutter. The walls are 15 to 18 feet high and 2.5 feet thick. The main park now takes up 2 city blocks and has the central building. To finish the fort, the Sons of the Golden West worked from 1891 to 93. Located in Midtown Sacramento, the museum is now open every day at 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. and it's free to get in right now. Up next is the Old Sacramento. This is a National Historic Landmark with well-preserved houses from the Gold Rush era that you can enjoy a relaxed walk through. In the west, this well-known area is where the Pony Express, the first transcontinental train, and the Transcontinental Telegraph all came to a stop. It has kept its historic charm despite problems like floods and fires, giving tourists an interesting look into the exciting past of the American West. You can visit the numerous museums, including the Sacramento History Museum and the State Railroad Museum, which offers excursion train rides. Let us take a look at the piece of Renaissance Revival-style building, Cathedral of the Blessed Sacrament. It's one of the most historically important buildings in Sacramento. It was built in 1889. At the time, this beautiful building was the biggest church west of the Mississippi River. You can look at the statues, stained glass windows, and a very rare copy of Raphael's Sistine Madonna. You can go there between 10 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. You can get in for free, but tips are appreciated. Next spot is Crocker Museum of Art. It's the oldest art museum in the western United States. The museum has been around since 1885 and has a great collection of California art, European works, and American photographs. You can explore the museum's grand Victorian-era house and modern building. From the Gold Rush to the present, the collection includes American and European paintings, and one of the largest foreign ceramic collections in the U.S. is there. It's open Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Next, we venture into the wild beauty of State Capitol Building. This neoclassical building was designed by Reuben S. Clark and finished between 1861 and 1874. This 150-year-old building is home to both a museum and the government. You can look at its beautiful design and unique building features, such as the state seal and flower made of stained glass. The Capitol is free to visit from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and gives you a look into California's past and how laws are made today. And one of the must-places to visit is this big railroad museum in California called the California State Railroad Museum. It's the best train museum in North America. It has become one of the biggest and most famous places for tourists to visit in Sacramento since it opened to the public in 1976. Inside the museum, you can look at 21 carefully rebuilt engines and cars, as well as many other displays that show how railroads changed California and the West. Over 500,000 people from all over the world visit the museum every year, making it a famous place to visit. It's open every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and costs of entrance $12 for adults, $6 for kids under 18, and free for kids under 5 and obviously museum members. Each of these places gives you a different look into Sacramento's rich past and cultural background. What do you think are the best things to do in Sacramento? Leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to join for more trip ideas and tips.